Hi, I'm George Rickard. I'm here in Clarence with Jeremy Sayers, the tree doctor, who's going to show us what an ash tree, how you identify an ash tree. You've been hearing a lot about the emerald ash borer. Jeremy, how do you know if you got an ash tree in your backyard? What are the characteristics of what they look like?
Well, the ash trees basically have an elliptical shaped leaf, an oval shaped leaf. In some cases, they're serrated. In some cases, they're smooth, depending on the different types of ash tree. So that's one thing to look for. Now, of course, lots of different types of trees have similar shaped leaves, so that's not going to be the greatest identifier. Another thing that you can look for is a grayish bark that has on the mature ones, it has a very corky feel to it with large ridges and so on. That's another way that can help you identify the tree. However, younger ash trees will have more of a smooth gray bark. Now, ultimately, the only way to truly identify an ash tree is to be familiar with the shape of the buds and how the buds are located on the branch. And that takes years of training as an arborist before you really are familiar with those sorts of things. So the best thing to do before you start cutting down trees and so on is probably going to be, if you think you have an ash tree, to call an arborist and have them help you identify the tree, and that way you can make an informed decision.
Now, the emerald ash borer there's no proof it's in Erie County yet. So, but isn't it true that some ash trees die and are dying from other things than the ash borer?
Sure. We like to say that everything's food for something. So ash trees have a number of different leaf diseases that can cause the leaves to fall off that have made people worry. There are other wood-boring insects. There are viruses and bacteria that can also get at ash trees, as well as nutrient deficiency and drought and so on can all cause dieback symptoms, and of course simply old age. So there's a lot of different things that will cause an ash tree to die, but the emerald ash borer will be very noticeable because a healthy tree will go from healthy to half dead seemingly overnight as a result of the emerald ash borer. It'll start to thin out a little bit up top, and then very quickly you'll have dead branches throughout. Usually by that time it's almost too late to do anything about it, however.
Okay. Jeremy Sayers from the Tree Doctor, just a little bit of an up-close look at an ash tree.